Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome Corey Connors to the interview room and to the Masters. Corey, congratulations. It was some week last week. Corey earned his invitation just this past Sunday night. He had his first PGA Tour victory at the Valero Texas Open, recorded 10 birdies in the final round, including a 6-under par second nine. Can you take us through what the experience was like this past week?
Yeah, obviously it was a special week, a crazy week. Yeah, felt good with my game going into the week. Was a Monday qualifier to get myself into the field, and I got some confidence from that and just tried to play well and be aggressive and kept that attitude the whole week and through the weekend. And yeah, was able to make a bunch of birdies and ultimately get the victory. So super exciting. Honestly, wasn't expecting that. I knew I could give myself a chance, but really, yeah, happy to have played so well, and pretty excited to earn an invitation to be here. So it's things are good.
We're excited you're here, but you're back for your second Masters. You played as an amateur in 2015. What did you take from that experience?
Yeah, I took a lot. It was a dream come true at that point to play here and play in the Masters tournament. And yeah, got a bunch of practice rounds in that week and learned from guys like Mike Weir, who I grew up watching as a kid. Gave me some pointers, some strategy, and kind of helped me with a game plan. And still remember that. It's hard to forget things about this golf course. It's so special. And yeah, I feel like I've been playing rounds over in my head through the course, and although the course has changed slightly, a lot of the shots are going to be pretty similar to what I faced in 2015. A lot of good memories. The second round, 69. So obviously can play well. I think the course suits my game really well. So I'm really excited to get going.
Thank you. Let's open up for some questions. Jason?
Corey, at just about this time a week ago, if someone had suggested the Masters to you a week from then, what would you have said?
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it. It's been a crazy week for sure. The good fortune I had in the Monday qualifier and getting through the playoff, and yeah, basically squeaking into the field. I had confidence. I've had some good finishes this year and have felt good with my game. But yeah, definitely wouldn't have believed that I would be here. I was excited to watch the coverage on TV back at home for an off week, but I'm even more excited to be here playing.
Gary?
Corey, I haven't seen this address. Where was the qualifier? What course was that?
The club at Sonterra in San Antonio.
Okay. And you birdied the last hole in regulation. What happened on the first playoff hole?
Yeah, the first playoff hole, there was 6 of us playing. I was the only one to make birdie. I had a 3-wood off the tee. Everyone else had hit an iron, so they were a little further back. I just had a wedge into the green, was able to stick it pretty close, and made about a 6-foot putt. And nobody else made birdie, so it was just a 1 hole, which was nice, and got through.
And I wonder what's your reaction at this point among your family and friends to kind of A Star Is Born with Mallory?
Yeah, she's been my biggest fan for years and my biggest supporter. I'm really lucky to have her by my side, and it's pretty cool to see her in the spotlight a little bit. Her reactions were awesome. You can see how much she cares about what I'm doing, and it means a lot to me. And it was pretty cool. She got a lot of messages and gained a lot of followers on social media, so she was pumped up about that.
Just one more thing. Where did you guys meet, or how did you meet?
We both grew up in Listowel, Ontario, Canada, same hometown, and the house she grew up in was right next door to my grandparents' house, where I spent a bunch of time as a youngster. And so I've kind of known her family for a while, and we started dating basically just after high school, the start of university, and we dated for about 8 years before getting married in October.
In front.
Corey, can you take us through the last 48 hours? What happened? What did you do? Your emotions should be really a roller coaster coming in, eh?
Yeah, definitely a roller coaster. It's been wild. After getting the victory, did some stuff with Valero at the tournament and was able to fly here Sunday night. Arrived really late and took it easy yesterday. Tried to soak it in and realized that I'm in Augusta right now. I'm going to be teeing it up in the Masters. Pretty amazing today. I was able to do some practice and get it on the course, and it feels pretty cool. But definitely been a crazy couple of days.
Difficult to make travel arrangement in such a short delay.
Well, I haven't had to do too much work. My team's been on that for me. My wife and manager have been taking care of those things, so making it easy for me.
Mark?
That was kind of my question too, but can you expand a little bit on the logistics? Like, how do you get from there to here? How do you find a place to stay? What do you do about the extra clothes and all this stuff? How do you handle all that stuff?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Manager basically has taken care of that. We were able to get the Valero flew us on their jet from San Antonio, which was very nice. And yeah, my clothing sponsor, Levelwear, sending some more clothes. I had packed for a Monday qualifier and not got in the field last week, and now we're here. So we actually went shopping last night so I could get a couple T-shirts and a pair of pants to go to dinner in. A bunch of my family's coming to town. Was able to find a couple houses that they're able to stay in, and yeah, my manager helped me secure a spot to stay.
Sam?
Yeah. Hi, Corey. This place is so unique, obviously, to any other tournament that you may have been around, whether playing or just been around as a spectator. Is there something from 2015 or now that you just find really intimidating? Something about not just necessarily the course itself, but an experience. It's an intimidating moment at Augusta National.
I think I felt really comfortable. I was almost surprised how comfortable and relaxed I felt last time. So I'm going to take a lot from that and just try and kind of settle into the round, be relaxed. It feels amazing to be walking inside the ropes, and I learned that in 2015. I'm just going to try to soak it up even more this week, but I don't think I'm intimidated, really. I've watched the tournament since I was a youngster and know a lot of the holes. So I feel like I have a good game plan. I'll be pretty comfortable out there. There's obviously some very challenging holes, but my game's been getting better and better each year, and I feel like it's in a great place right now, and I'm excited.
Tim?
Corey, what type of people have recognized you since that win that you hadn't been recognized before?
Yeah, we were eating dinner last night, my wife, Mallory, and I. I don't know if they recognized me or recognized her, but anyways, we had a bunch of different people come up to our table and just say congrats. And was playing out there earlier today, and so many of the patrons were cheering for me, and something I haven't really experienced in the past, but felt pretty awesome and sort of sinking in what a big deal the winning a PGA Tour event is. And so we haven't really had much time to go out and interact with too many people, but definitely getting noticed a lot more than ever before.
Or, is Tiger Woods, did he know you before this, or any famous or top-ranked players acknowledge you now that maybe didn't know you were out on tour before?
Yeah, I think there's been a bunch today. I saw Bubba in the Ping trailer during the delay, and Jimmy Walker and Webb Simpson been, congratulating me, and Charles Howell, also guys, the same.
They all knew your name though and the whole thing. You had met them before or no?
Yeah, they had. I was sitting with Sean Foley during the delay as well. He said that he and Justin were working yesterday, and Justin had some nice things to say about my game as we had played together in Tampa last year, and that was pretty cool. So, yeah, I don't know, haven't bumped into Tiger or whatnot, but yeah, congratulated by Bryson and Justin. And yeah, feels pretty cool.
Don.
Corey, you've obviously had less time to prepare for this tournament than everybody else in the field, both mentally and also physically by getting out and practicing. Is there any way in which you think the way that you have arrived here might play to your advantage?
Well, I've tried to manage my energy a little bit. Obviously, last week took a lot out of me and was able to rest up yesterday. Won't go too hard tomorrow, and I think I'll be feeling pretty fresh for the tournament. I probably would prefer to have gotten a few more looks at the golf course with some of the greens, and some of them have changed since I've played a few years ago. But I don't really feel like I'm at a disadvantage. I've been, like I said before, playing the course over in my head, and I know where you want to lay up on the par fives if you can't go for it, and I feel like I'm hitting the ball really well, and no matter where I am, I can hit some good shots.
Course where perhaps you can overthink it or over-prepare for the challenge?
Yeah, possibly. One of my strategies is going to be to keep it simple, not try to overdo things, not try to do too much with shots. Just be a little safe, but be aggressive. And yeah, that seemed to work. It seemed to work well last week. It's a different golf course here, but still got to get the ball in the hole as fast as possible.
Paul.
Were you thinking at all going into the Monday qualifier? Was it just about getting into the, obviously that's your first priority. Were you thinking at all this is your last chance to get in the Masters, or was that completely out of your, you're just like, I just want to be in the tournament here?
Yeah, that was completely out of my mind. I was hoping to get in the tournament, have another good finish, and move myself up the ranking, FedEx Cup rankings, and hopefully be able to add a few more tournaments to the schedule. Yeah, didn't really start thinking about the Masters until after the round on Saturday, going into Sunday, and realized it was a possibility. And I said this in San Antonio after I won. My wife was checking us in for our flight back to Palm Beach on Sunday morning on the iPad in the hotel room, and I was like, don't check us in for that flight quite yet. I got some other plans, so yeah, now we're here.
Did you sort of sense too, by the time you got to Sunday morning, maybe something special here, how you got into the tournament, you're playing well, you have a shot at it. Did it finally start to, like you say, hit you that, wow, this could be, a story I couldn't have written 5 or 6 days ago?
Not really. When I was walking around out there, everyone was calling me the Monday qualifier, but I don't feel like a Monday qualifier. I've played well in a bunch of tour events this year. So I wasn't really thinking too much about that and thinking about the story that it might create. I was just trying to be relaxed and knew if I played my game, I could give myself a chance.
Just one final question, Gary.
Corey, what are your expectations for the weekend? What would be a good week at the end of the week looking back?
Sorry, I didn't get the second part.
But, what would be a good week for you when you, at the end of the week, looking back on this week, what would constitute a good week for you?
Well, I obviously would love to give myself another chance to win. I don't like setting specific targets necessarily, and then if I don't meet that, I may be overly disappointed. But I feel like I'm playing really well. Definitely get myself in the mix, and hopefully I have a chance to win. I think a top 10 finish would be be pretty awesome after winning last week.
Corey, thanks so much for your time today, and we wish you the very best this week.
Thank you.